What's good, my powerful people? Back at y'all with another video. And before we hop into the topic, make sure you drop a sub down below, drop a like on the video, and follow me on all my socials. Links gonna be in the description. Now today we're gonna talk about why dating scarcity makes men miserable. Your whole outlook towards women is gonna make you miserable because of the programming that's within your mindset. The whole outlook on what you do with your life. You think that everything that you're doing in your life is supposed to be for women. So it's like your whole mindset and outlook on the thing that you're supposed to be doing is gonna make you miserable. For example, you wanna work out, or you wanna make money, or you wanna just have this car, you wanna get these tattoos, etc. You wanna do all these things because you think that you wanna do it for the women. You think that if I do this, then more women gonna want me. Or if I do this, the women gonna come. If I'm driving this car, then the women gonna flock. If I got these tattoos, then the women gonna flock. If I start getting in the gym, the women gonna flock. That's the wrong outlook. It's not even necessarily that that's wrong, but it's the wrong outlook because yes, women come as a byproduct of these things, but essentially, bro, you gotta be doing this for you because when you start doing stuff for the women, you gonna realize that it's a lack thereof because when you do stuff for the women, you putting her on a pedestal. So when you get in the car for the women, when you making the money for the women, when you getting your body right or whatever for the women, getting your mind right for the women, you gonna end up always giving the energy away. You gonna always just pushing stuff outward instead of just getting what you need to receive. Because also you can look at it because all different aspects that you can look at things from. You gotta understand and realize this, bro. When you in the drought, you become down bad. When you in the drought, it's like you always looking for that girl. You always looking for it's like where she at, why I'm at a drought. It's like you doing anything that you can, right? You in frantic panic mode, so it's like you trying to figure out how you gonna get what you need, how you gonna get your treatment. But this is what you gotta understand, bro. Getting the women is not the result. So you're not doing any of these things. You don't do what you need to do in your life for a woman. You do it for yourself. You have to let go of if I do this, then the women gonna come. You have to let go of that mentality. You have to acquire the mindset of if I do this every day, then it's gonna make my life better. So it's gonna make it easier for me to get women. That's the better outlook. You gotta let go of putting her on a pedestal and doing things for her and start focusing on how it's making your life better when you do these things. So bettering your life, improving your life, improving your mindset, shifting your habits, these types of things. How is that making you a better person? And doing it every day, how is that making you a better person? How's it making it easier for you to attract the women? Because you don't have to do all the talking and talking about everything that you can provide for the woman to make it seem like you bragging and boasting. You can more so internalize these things and just be more reserved and keep your skills and your assets to yourself and just understand how it's making you a better person and use it to your advantage when you dealing with women, when you interacting with women, when you are attracting women, when you shooting your shot, etc. Because when you putting in the work in your own life, when you getting better physically, your mentality is strengthened, you're making more money, your confidence is gonna increase by default, so it's gonna make it easier for you to go up and approach her. It's gonna make it easier for you to talk to her. It's gonna make it easier for you to ask her out. It's gonna make it easier for you to, do what you need to do when it comes to that point in time. But you're not making that the focal point. Cause a lot of dudes, a lot of y'all just more so focused on women than your own personal success. So this is why you miserable, because essentially you think that essentially you as a man are looking for validation. You're supposed to be validating yourself. You're supposed to be making yourself feel good. You're supposed to be looking good for yourself. Understand this. The women is just a byproduct of that. It can't be the sole focal point. Because when you want to drop, bro, you turn into a simp and you get down bad. And essentially, it's because it ain't nothing wrong with being flashy, but at the same time, it's all about the person. It's all about your mindset. Because it's nothing wrong with just getting nice things and looking good for yourself. And just doing it because you got it like that, or whatever the case may be. But it's like when you just trying to flex, and you trying to brag, and you just trying to boast, and you just trying to show out, it's going to show in your demeanor, it's going to show in your personality, it's going to show in how you carry yourself. So when you just doing stuff for the women, it's going to show in how you acting. You ever be around this one dude and he just switch up his whole personality when the females come around? That's how you going to be. You think that it's a positive factor. You think that you're doing something right, but bro, it's the wrong outlook. It's essentially you're trying too hard to be pleasing to the woman. You're trying too hard to get her to like you when you're doing the things for her. So this is why you still feel miserable. This is why it's still like they still walking over you and playing you and just using you for what you got. So essentially, this is why I say that you're dealing with people who are on your level, because she don't like you. When you just do things for the women, she don't like you. She like what you got. So this is why I still feel like it's a void within the dynamics of the women that you're dealing with, because you have the wrong outlook. You have to be getting better in your life for yourself. You can't, bro, because everything is bringing more peace and happiness to you. So it's making it easier for you to just deal with women in your day-to-day life, or it's just making it easier for you to just get women. Because a lot of y'all lack confidence, and that's what I'm saying, a lot of y'all lack direction, a lot of y'all lack the right mindset to go out and do what you need to do in every area of life. Self-improvement is for yourself. Women are a byproduct of the self-improvement. Happiness must come from within. The woman that you're dealing with, the women that you're dealing with cannot be the first source of your happiness. This is what you gotta understand. The self-improvement is not for the woman, it's for you. You wanna be in shape because when you look in the mirror, you feel good. That's a fact. You wanna make money because you can go out and do things comfortably about what you want, and it's making you happy. Making money makes you feel good. That's a fact. But these things also add confidence and bring more peace into your life. You want to go out and buy nice things so you look good, because when you look good, you feel good. When you smell good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you go about your day with positive energy. So you don't have a problem talking to that girl. You don't have your mindset fogged up, overthinking and stressing about stuff that you can't control. You have the outlook of, and the mindset of, what do I need to do to make my life easier? So now you shifting up your habits, you shifting up your mindset. So it's gonna help you bring more relief and bring more peace and just make it easier. When you got your badges in order, it makes it easier for her to just come into your life, for her to just be willing to follow your program, for her to be willing to submit to you. Because when you just do stuff for the woman and you bragging and boasting about it, she's not gonna want to submit to you. She gonna see you for who you are. You're gonna be doing too much. You're gonna be a simp, because it's like, look at me, I got this, or look at me, I can do this, or look at me, I got this. You know what I'm saying? I got this amount of money. That's how the outlook is when you just do things solely for her. It ain't no reciprocity in you just doing things for her, because what can she do for you? When you just overly showing what you can do for her, she's not gonna think about what she needs to do for you, because you're proving yourself. So it's like she's gonna, let me do more, let me do more, let me do more. Or let me make him do more, I should say. Let me make him do more, let me make him do more. Let me see how far he's willing to go. Let me see how much he'll prove himself to me. Let me see how bad he really wants me. This is why you miserable, because it's never enough for her. It seems like you can never make a woman happy when you just putting her above you. Because it's always something else. It's always something that's missing. There's always something that you ain't doing. It's like you giving her the world and she's still getting on your last nerve. You giving her the world, treating her like a queen and a princess. Y'all still got problems. Y'all still arguing. How does that work? You got all these things that you thought would make her love you, or that you thought would make her want you more. But she's still giving you problems. She's still flirting with other dudes. So essentially, something that you're doing is wrong, because you have the wrong purpose. Yes, when you have your money in order, you have your mind right, you understand the game, you apply the game, your physical appearance is on point, it makes it easier for you to get women. Obviously, we all know this, so I'm not denying that as a fact. But when that's the focal point of what you're doing, you're gonna be a yes man. You're gonna be a needy type of individual. You're gonna feel like you just always need a woman. So that energy is gonna make you be a simp. It's gonna make you put her up here. It's gonna make you prove yourself. It's gonna make you start doing too much for a woman who don't even want you. So understand, the self-improvement is for self, but then you use the benefits and you use the newfound mindset, the newfound skill set to make your life easier. This is the mindset that you gotta have. How is this self-improvement? How is me self-improving myself gonna help my dating life with women? If I start getting in shape, how is it gonna translate to my dating life with women? If I understand the game and apply it and understand female nature, how is it gonna make getting women easier? How's it gonna make dealing with women easier? If I'm making more money, how's it gonna make dealing with women easier? This is the mindset that you need to have. This is what you need to, these are the things that you need to pay attention to. Not, as soon as I do this, I'm gonna get more women. Or let me do this so I can get more women. Let me post this picture so I can get more women. Let me buy this so I can get more women. That's not the focal point. You're doing the wrong things. You have to chill out. Because essentially, bro, if you on point, if you're doing what you need to do, if you stand in your own lane, she's gonna see you. You're gonna get the choosing signals. You gotta already know that in your mindset. You gotta already just be on your grind and just know that women gonna come as a product of you being who you supposed to be. If you just being yourself, if you just being on your grind, if you just improving every day, you gotta already know that the women coming. So you're not doing it for them. You already know they coming. You're doing it for yourself. Because essentially, bro, every single day you just getting 1% better. You just trying to figure out, how do I need to think and act in order to make my life easier, to bring more peace into my life, to be able to attract more money, to be able to attract more women? Because this is what we're talking about. So how do you need to think? How do you need to act? That to make it easier for you to attract women, to give you more confidence when you're talking to her. So you're not stumbling over your words, overthinking what to say. So you can just flow, so you don't have trouble looking her in the eyes. So you don't have trouble telling her what it is and beating around the bush and acting like a nice guy, to the point where she puts you in the friend zone. So you can ultimately avoid the friend zone. So you don't give out this needy energy. So you're not becoming a flashy individual to the point where you're just always trying to show off the women who don't even care about you. Internalize all this and realize how it can make it easier when you do step out, when you do shoot your shot. Because understand how the self-improvement is gonna show you that once before you were scared to go and shoot your shot. Once before you couldn't even open your mouth. Once before you couldn't even look her in the eyes. But now look at how you interact with women. Now look at all the women you attracted. Remember when you was a simp and you was insecure, you was always struggling. You was always down bad. You was always getting played. You was always in a drought. But now that you're on point, your confidence increased. You understand the game now. You physically looking better. The physical appearance has increased. So now everything seems easier. It seems like you don't have to think about getting the women. They just coming to you left and right. So now your life is just more happy, more peaceful. Now you got more options to choose from. Now you ain't gotta settle no more. Isn't this the type of thing that's more important? Isn't this what you should be focusing on? As a byproduct, understand that? So now, because essentially I can give you another example with money. You making money now, so you can invest in the things, you can invest in the different assets that's gonna make you more money. Because of your mindset, now you know what to do. Now you know that since you're generating wealth, you having money, you invest in the money and the other things that's making you more money. And you understand that it takes a certain mindset. You think in a certain way. But you used to think that once you get this money, let me spend on stuff that ain't making me no money. Let me spend on all these liabilities. Let me go get all these new flashy clothes. Let me spend my check on all this fast food and all these clothes. When in reality, or let me go out and just be flashy. Let me go out and just waste time. When none of that isn't making your life easier. When now you back at square one. But if you had a different mindset, you would do things differently. So in translation, when you solely just doing things for a woman, you a freaking simp. That's really the bottom line. Because in the back of your mind, you should already know that you doing what you need to do. You self-improvement is gonna bring women into your life. You already know that. So you're not doing it for her. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it to live a better life. So you're gonna still be miserable if you have the mindset of, what do I need to do in order to get more women? That's the wrong mindset. Your mindset is, what do I need to do? How do I need to think? How do I need to act in order to make my life easier? In order to make things better, in order to attract what I want, in order to make it easier for me when I'm dealing with women. So what things do I need to do? How can I increase my mouthpiece? Do I need to get in the gym? How can I increase my confidence? How can I get deeper in my bag? What more do I need to learn about female nature? Why is she putting me through these tests? Let me understand the type of games that she gonna try and play. Let me understand the type of red flags that women have in their life. Let me understand my own self-worth and my own value so I know who I want to deal with, so I'm not wasting my time. This is what self-improvement gonna teach you. This is what staying in your own lane and focusing on bettering yourself is gonna teach you. This is what having an abundance mindset is gonna teach you. When you have your whole little small tweak in your mindset can really just gravitate the type of things that you can attract, gravitate the type of outcomes that you can have. Because it's a small shift, because essentially it's not all the way the wrong mindset that you have, because you already because to a certain extent, you already know that doing what you need to do is gonna bring women. It's just the fact that it's just the intention behind it, because you're not doing it for her. You're doing it for yourself, and she comes as a byproduct. This is what you need to understand. But once you put her first, once you make her the first priority, you're done. So essentially, this is what you need to understand and realize, bro. The self-improvement makes dealing with women easier. It takes a little burden off your shoulders now, because now that you know that you got the confidence, you can just go up and talk to her. You ain't gotta just DM her all day. You can tell her what it is. Now that you understand the game, if she putting you through all these tests, and she making things harder for you, and she making you prove yourself and saying you gotta apply pressure, you know that you ain't gotta deal with her. Simple. Now that you understand your value and your self-worth, you're not a simp and you're not needy in a relationship or while y'all talking to each other, because you understand that they come and they go. So you're not doing too much. Now you know how to play your role. Now you know how to just sit back and let the game come to you. Now you know how to let her do all the talking, so you can figure out what type of individual she is, to see if you even want to take things on another level. All through self-improving and bettering your own life. Now that you're making sure that your skin on point, your face on point, and your physique on point, that you attracting better women now. Now that your mindset is, you know what I'm saying, sharpen, your discipline is sharpened, you put women at the back burner, you more so focused on your own personal success and your money. Now it seems like more women is coming and you ain't even focused on them no more. But when they at the focal point of your mindset, the only thing you can think about is how you don't have them. So when you shift the focus to things that's more important, when you understand that, duh, they coming when you get better in your life, but that's not the intention. The intention is just for you to be better, live a more peaceful life, and just to get what you want. Obviously, you want the 8s, 9s, and 10s. So what do you need to do? How do you need to think? How do you need to act? This is what you focus on. Because you know she looking, you know she coming. You see her, she see you. This is what you gotta know. Duh, she looking at you. Yes, she giving you choosing signals. If you had the confidence, this is how you would think. You're gonna be like, is she looking at me? What do I need to go over to her? See what I'm saying? You have to shift the mindset. When you put yourself first, there's no way that you can pedestalize her and simp over her, because she needs to be bowing down to you because you the man. She needs to be submitting to you because you are the masculine entity. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about the mindset. When you think a certain way, after a certain period of time, you're gonna start to pick up habits that reflect what you're thinking about. What you're so heavily thinking about is what's gonna be prevalent in your life. But it all depends on how you're thinking about these things. So if you're thinking about women with a negative mentality, like you just ain't got them, or you're thinking about them how what you need to do to get them, that's the wrong approach. What do I need to do as a man to make my life easier? What do I need to do as a man to bring more money into my life? What do I need to do as a man to make dating easier, to make talking to women easier, to make attracting women easier? What type of things do I need to improve on? What do I need to work on? Not because, bro, the women ain't going nowhere. Women are always here. So it's like, it shouldn't be, why don't no women want me? You in a drought for a reason. It's you doing something wrong for you to be in a drought. You can't blame the women. It's something that you doing wrong, or something that you don't know, or it's something that you looking at wrong as to why you are in the drought, as to why you don't have the women that you want. So it's something that you need to be doing differently, or something that you need to shift within your mindset to be able to receive the answers. Cause she's coming, bro. She looking at you. She's in the air. She waiting on you. You gotta just understand this and notice that, yes, bro, the self-improvement brings the women, but you're doing it for yourself. They just come as a byproduct. That's all you need to understand, bro. So focus on the internal aspects. Focus on how self-improvement is making your life easier. Focus on how when you get better in your life, how the women just come. Focus on how when you put them on the back burner, you focus on creating a life that you desire. When you focus on the self-improvement, when you focus on just being yourself, staying in your lane, and the women that want to deal with you and submit to your program, this is what you need to be focusing on. Because understand, the women ain't going nowhere. So if you just shift the focus to yourself and how you can get better, you're going to realize that They've been here the entire time. You just had to become a better person to be able to see who you want to see, to be able to attract the women that you really want. But if you neglect self-improvement, you're going to always have that negative mentality. You're going to always be in a drought. But when you shift the focus and apply the game, you're going to realize that it's much, much easier to just better myself, because look at how the women just coming to me. Look at how if I just get in shape, or if I just shift my mindset, if I just focus on myself, how these women just start coming out of nowhere. But when I was just thinking about them all day, chasing them all day, being a freaking simp, I was always unhappy. I was always miserable. I was always getting finessed. I was always getting exploited for my resources. But now that I know better, I'm gonna do better. Now that I focus on myself, they focusing on me too. This the mindset that you gotta have, bro. It ain't gonna come overnight. Just understand this. You know that she coming if you get better. You ain't getting women. If you ain't getting women, it's because you ain't getting better in your life. That's why you in a drought, because you're the average man. You ain't her best option. So it's like you don't have anything that makes her want to talk to you. You don't have anything going for yourself to make her stick around, to make her take you serious. You ain't who you think you are. So you got to look in the mirror and realize that I need to do something different. I need to become better in order to get these women that I want, because they're out there waiting on me to become better. But once I focus on why they're not here instead of focusing on what I need to do to get better, I'm gonna always be miserable. When you shift from them to you, then you're gonna see things change. Then doors gonna open. Then your DMs gonna be blowing up. Then it's like you ain't gonna have enough time to talk to all these women. Then it's like you see that women are actually submissive. That women actually will pay for stuff for you too. That you actually will treat you like a king. And then you ain't gotta do everything. That is much, much easier when you just got your life in order. So just put in the work, do what you need to do, and then she gonna come into your life, bro. But don't be stressing about being in a drought. If you in a drought, it's because you the average man. It's because you weak. You need to do something different. So let's wake up, bro. Simple. If you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.